What's going on, guys? We're down at King of the Hammers, and we decided we were going to do a rig walk around on Gino's new Ranger. He just picked this thing up a couple months back, or
probably like 6 months back,
and been working on it pretty much very consistently throughout the 6 months. And this was the first trip out, shakedown run since going through it. I guess let's start on the front end. And what axle do you have underneath this thing?
So it's a 78 Dana 44 high pinion out of like a full-size Bronco. It has the reed knuckles, RCV axles, a true track in the front. It's got 513 gears, disc brakes, and it's a 93 Ranger. It was a twin traction beam truck. You can tell it's got hydro assist, PSC steering, and a red head box, and 3-linked in the front. King 2.5 coilovers. It has 16-inch coilovers front and rear.
Oh wow, those are 16s up front?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought those were 14s.
No, 16s front and rear. And then without the shocks in, it measured 15 inches in the front and 18 in the rear travel.
And then King air bumps,
all
4 corners.
King bumps. I didn't put the rear ones in yet, but I do have them for all 4 corners.
Okay.
It has a rear sway bar. It's a Ford 9-inch, 5-on-5.5 Bronco stuff as well. 4-linked. The rear's trussed, more like a pre-runner style truss. You can see bed cage. Yeah, it's got a rear tank. Fit all the links, a little skid, limit strap. And the rear, I had to do new shafts. It's got like the Wild Horses shafts that are just ready to throw in, and a full spool in the rear. So
that full bed cage set up for, you have room for,
it's set up
secondary
for bypasses on the axle and the bed cage. I don't see any signs that they were in there, but it looks like it's set up for it. So
let's take a look at the inside.
Yeah. So it's got the interior cage and some PRPs.
Oh yeah, put the light on.
Oh yeah, there we go. There you go. Interior cage, the PRPs. It's a 5-speed, unfortunately, and yeah.
Always easier with crawling with an automatic. And so, the person you bought this rig from had it built, or the person before them?
So I bought it from people who sounds like they had it for like a year and a half during COVID, but they got it from the original owner, and he had it built in like 2014 by NV Fab. I think he's out of like Slow.
Logo.
And yeah, so from what I know, the truck ran in like Pismo and crawled part-time, so it was kind of a little bit of both. I like to think of it as like a poor man's Ultra 4, but it could do the crawling a little better after this shakedown run. I don't love the manual, but I'm pretty happy with it overall. All right, so yeah, one thing when I bought it, Peter was with me on the test drive, and we died out by some railroad tracks, had to call the guy. And I noticed when I got home, the battery was like grounding out on the metal frame, so I had to remount the battery anyways. So I went ahead and squeezed this toolbox in here with a marine breaker and got my battery and all my tools and gear and stuff. And you can see I got it damn close to the tubes. Trying to get as much room as I could.
So, tell us about the wheel tire setup on this thing.
Yeah, so we hooked our buddy Kyle up with the 35s that were on it. I had some black Steelies. I got a deal on these 37s I couldn't pass up, so we got these Vision 17-inch bead locks on it, and I'm pretty happy with them so far. We had to air them down a little more than we thought, but
they're very aggressive looking tires.
Yeah, they are. They're like
very squared off.
Yeah, very squared off, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think the wheels like kind of fit the age of the truck.
What's some of the other things you've added that weren't on it from when the previous owner had it?
Well, every accessory on it was just like not functioning, so I went ahead and ripped out all the accessory wiring. I got an aux beam to run everything. I did like the KC Cyclones for the rock lights and interior lights. I had some rigids left over and the Faja designs in the bumper. And then
any armor? Did you add any armor?
Yeah, I had to add a belly skid. That was the one thing I thought was pretty vulnerable. The transfer case, it was just all open back there, and then it just came with a cat, so I had to extend the exhaust out the back a little bit.
Those sliders were on there. Or did you add those?
So the sliders came out to the body here, and then we went up to Dylan's house, and Kyle needed some as well. So we went ahead and just made a couple pairs of kickouts and got these on here for hammers because we thought it'd be a good idea to try to protect it a little bit.
I was laughing when I said that because we were supposed to film that, but it was mad hammers crunch, and we needed to bend some tube.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna tell you it's fence post.
Yeah.
It's by no means DOM. We got what we could get in the time being, so then we could just make sure that we didn't damage his body, because
They'll do for now.
I mean, it's a very clean truck. Minus the bed and a few things that the previous owner did, the body is pretty nice on it.
Yeah, for the age and how it was used, for how long it was used as an off-road truck, I mean, it's in pretty good shape.
What shock shaft or what amount of shock shaft is showing in the front right now? So how much up travel do you have at ride height?
Roughly, I think, with the little internal jounce thing, you're probably looking at like 6 inches, I'd call it. About 2.5, 3 before that little jounce bump engages.
Okay. What about rear?
Rear is pretty equal, I think. Yeah, the rear, I'd call it maybe, the rear's probably got an inch more, maybe 7 of shaft and the jounce bounce, so it's been working pretty good so far. Just the getting used to the manual crawler thing's been frustrating to say the least, but it's still pretty damn fun.
It looks pretty good going through the whoops. We took it up Turkey Claw our first night here. We created a little bit of a traffic jam, but we ended up getting out of there. And then, but yeah, I mean, it looks really smooth, especially for.
I will say it is, and I think the shocks could even use a rebuild, but I'm still pretty impressed with the ride overall. I just think getting that lower, gear and 4 low is gonna help it out a little bit. But really happy with the high-speed driving, even though it could also use some more power. But for what it is, it's fun.
It's also a very unique rig. This is probably the only one I've seen out here this year of this body style. I'm sure there is one. There's a lot of people though, and I haven't seen one. I've seen the square, the older Rangers,
or newer, but these are always glassed and beamed, and a pre-runner. So.
We got here during pre-runner week, so there's Rangers galore, but nobody's running a solid axle on it. There is one red one we've seen before.
The 1-ton guy.
Yeah,
that thing's bad. Yeah.
But not this trip. So we figured it was a unique rig, and we wanted to do a walk around and show you guys what he's got in it. And we'll tag his Instagram below if he starts posting on it, so then people can actually
I'll have to start doing
people can actually follow and see what you add and the places you take it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be upgrading it soon. So, but. It's gonna be fun to finish out the week here with it for sure.
Yeah. It's only Monday.
Yeah.
We've got 5 more days. We're leaving Saturday morning, so
we'll see what we can break.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want that.